Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD, third stream of the day. Welcome to the Qatar Grand Prix at Losail International Circuit, race 4 of 22 for MotoGP in 2025. Another race in the Middle East today. But also the first race with defending champion Jorge Martin in the field. So that'll be an interesting twist on it. Well, not an interesting twist. Let's see. I wonder if he'll be able to get back to form because he was horrible in practice. Didn't stop him from passing Pecco Bagnaia during the sprint though, because that was a bad run for Pecco. Anyway, I'll go over the starting lineup while we're waiting, and also because I'm still trying to figure out what channel. Trying to find the correct channel. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I haven't memorized the channel layout for Xfinity. Eventually, I'll have to switch to a different thing completely. But all right, I'm not listening to any Middle Eastern music. That's a damn sure. All right, starting 22nd. Driving the number 35 Honda RC213V for Idemitsu Honda LCR. 26 years old from Chonburi, Thailand, Somkiat Chantra. Starting 21st. Driving the number 36 Honda RC213V for Honda HRC Castrol. 27 years old from Palma, Spain, Jawan Mir. Starting 20th. Driving the number 23, KTM RC16 for Red Bull KTM Tech 3. 27 years old from Rimini, Italy, Enea Bastianini. What the hell? Trying to look up the winners that have won here. Starting 19th, driving the number 7, Yamaha YZR M1 for Prima Pramac Yamaha MotoGP. 27 years old from Madrid, Spain, Augusto Fernandez. Holy crap, I didn't realize Losail was in use for this long. Mavericks won once, Mavericks won twice. Enea Bastianini, by the way, won here in 2022. Starting 18th, driving the number 33, KTM RC16 for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. 29 years old from Potchefstroom, South Africa, Brad Binder. Starting 17th, driving the number 25, Aprilia RSGP 25 for Trackhouse Racing. 24 years old from Madrid, Spain, Raul Fernandez. Starting 16th, driving the number 43, Yamaha YZR M1 for Prima Pramac Yamaha MotoGP. 30 years old from Townsville, Australia, Jack Miller. Starting 15th, driving the number 10, Honda RC213V for Honda HRC Castrol. 27 years old from Urbino, Italy, Luca Marini. Hold on just 1 minute. 110.499. Qatar, Losail International Circuit. All right. MotoGP runs the whole circuit. So 5.419 and 3.367. Okay, there we go. Okay, starting 14th, driving the number 1, Aprilia RSGP 25 for Aprilia Racing. 27 years old from Madrid, Spain, Jorge Martin. Starting 13th, driving the number 72, Aprilia RSGP 25 for Aprilia Racing. 26 years old from Rimini, Italy, Marco Bezzecchi. Starting 12th, driving the number, now we're in the Q2 bikes. Starting 12th, driving the number 37, KTM RC16 for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. 20 years old from Mazarrón, Spain, Pedro Acosta. Starting 11th, driving the number 63, Ducati Desmosedici GP 24.9 for Ducati Lenovo team. 28 years old from Turin, Italy, Francesco Bagnaia, the 2024 Qatar winner. Starting 10th, driving the number 79, Aprilia RSGP 25 for Trackhouse Racing. 24 years old from Kyoshi, Japan, Ayagura, the second highest rookie. Of course, the other rookie is in dead last, in 22nd. Well, one of the other rookies. Starting 9th, driving the number 42, Yamaha YZR M1 for Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP team. 29 years old from Barcelona, Spain, Alex Rins. Starting 8th, driving the number 54, Ducati Desmosedici GP24 for BK8 Gresini Racing MotoGP. 20 years old from Murcia, Spain, Fermin Aldeguer, the highest starting rookie. Starting 7th, driving the number 5, Honda RC213V for Castrol Honda LCR. 34 years old from Caen, France, Johan Zarco. Starting 6th, driving the number 12, KTM RC16 for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. No, Red Bull KTM Tech 3. 30 years old from Figueres, Spain, Maverick Vinales, a 2021 Qatar winner. Starting 5th, driving the number 49, Desmosedici GP 24.9 for Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team. 26 years old from Rome, Italy, Fabio Di Gianantonio, the 2023 Qatar winner. Starting 4th, driving the number 21, Ducati Desmosedici GP24 for Pertamina Enduro VR46 Racing Team. 30 years old from Rome, Italy, Franco Morbidelli. Starting 3rd, driving the number 20, Yamaha YZR M1 for Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP Team. 25 years old from Nice, France, Fabio Quartararo. Starting 2nd, driving the number 73, Ducati Desmosedici GP24 for BK8 Gresini Racing MotoGP. 28 years old from Chiveta, Spain, Alex Marquez. And on pole, driving the number 93, Ducati Desmosedici GP 24.9 for Ducati Lenovo team, with a pole time of 1 minute 50.499 seconds, an average speed of 109.6951 miles per hour, or 176.5482 miles per hour. 32 years old from Chiveta, Spain, Marc Marquez. That is your starting lineup for today's Qatar Motorcycle Grand Prix. This race will be 22 laps for a grand total of 120 kilometers as per usual, or just under 75 miles. Right back.
So the sun has set in Doha, and now the stage is set for 22 of the fastest riders in the world to try and conquer Qatar in round 4 of this year's MotoGP World Championship. I'm just checking that Marc Marquez is definitely sat on top of that factory Ducati after all of the pre-race drama in Qatar a couple of weeks ago, of course, an Austin Grand Prix, which Marc Marquez crashed out of the lead, the only blemish on his incredible record so far in this year's MotoGP World Championship. Oh, there were some big battles in Qatar down the years, wasn't there, between Marc Marquez and that former rider on screens, the Italian legend Valentino Rossi, as the riders then peel away for the start of the warm-up lap. 22 laps coming your way. Welcome one and all to the most exciting sport on earth. The greatest motorsport show on earth has rolled into Doha. Now we are set to see if if Marc Marquez can build on that slender 2-point lead he has in the World Championship. Surely it can't be an 8th successive P2 for Alex Marquez on the Gresini Racing Ducati. First rider, Alex Marquez, to podium the first 3 Grand Prix since Valentino Rossi all the way back in 20.
All right, warm-up lap time.
First rider to start a season in the Premier Class with 3 successive second places in 10 years. Andrea Dovizioso, who won a couple of classic Qatar battles back in the day against Marc Marquez, the last rider to do that. There's only been 1 rider so far this year that's podiumed in all 4 sprints and all 3 Grand Prix. It is the 28-year-old Spaniard. You feel he has it all on, though, if he is to finally beat Marc and take back control of the World Championship. This is where we sit then, ahead of this Grand Prix of Qatar. 2 points split the Marquez siblings. A further 19 then. Back is Pecco Bagnaia, who has to make a lightning launch here in LaSalle, doesn't he? Coming from 11th place on the grid. He was only able to recover 3 spots in last night's 11-lap sprint. There's been a Ducati iron grip on Qatar over the last couple of years or so. Bagnaia, the winner from 5th on the grid here last year. Fabio Di Gianantonio in that memorable race in 2023, winning for the first time on the Gresini Ducati. Of course, a feat that was matched by Enea Bastianini for Gresini Racing in 2022. What a night that was for the Gresini team. That win for the Beast, the first for Gresini Racing since 2006. That rather unforgettable Portuguese Grand Prix at the Estoril circuit. Marc Marquez then gets ready to engage the whole shot device on his factory.
All right.
It's time for the world's fastest riders then to light up LaSalle. We have the green flag clearing at the back. 22 laps about to get underway here.
All right, lights are on. They're off. We're green at LaSalle. Great start for Marc Marquez as per usual. He's clearing the lead. Alex Marquez in second. Who's going to get the 3rd position? Franco Morbidelli trying to sweep around the outside. Ooh. Wait, Morbidelli takes the lead. Oh, what a move. There's Alex Marquez trying to battle Maverick Vinales for 3rd. He's going to lose it. Damn. Finally, with someone shaking up the running order. Alex Marquez gets the run back to get the 3rd.
Was it one of those sort of dinosaur teeth on the back of Marc Marquez's factory Ducati that got dislodged? It was clear that contact as Quartararo's going the wrong way here. From that rare front row start, 3rd place in the factory Yamaha, he's already been pushed back to 6th. We're trying to get a good look at the tail of Marc Marquez's bike. Look on the right-hand side as we look.
Morbidelli hasn't won a race in over 4 years. And this also, the boss is in town. Valentino Rossi is watching the race. All right, Gura battling for 10th, or 11th actually, trying to hold on. Luca Marini. All right, there we see Fabio Di Gianantonio going to 4th. Bagnaia is up to 7th from his 11th starting spot.
It's been a good first lap for Bagnaia, actually. He's already recovered 4 places. 11th on the grid to 7th place. Now it's really starting to wind up the win on that GP25. And he just...
Bagnaia to 6th on Quartararo, was continuing to fall back to the field.
So, Bagnaia already working his way into podium contention early on here.
Top 4 are all Ducatis.
Heat 6 on lap 2.
Damn. Oh, there's a piece of Marc Marquez's bike that came off from the contact with his brother, and them going to the inside of that turn allowed Morbidelli to just swing by on the outside.
It's really happened on 300 horsepower MotoGP bikes. Bagnaia really could not have made a better start, really. 5 places recovered already in a lap and a half. Inside the top 10 goes on.
Morbidelli is trying to pull away. He's got 0.6 of a second gap. Here's Johan Zarco going on Quartararo for 7th.
Must be a little bit unusual compared to what he's expecting. It's not going to be the same from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. And Marc Marquez is going to try and adapt to that as we go through this race. Morbidelli starting to extend that lead now to close to a second.
Good to see Maverick Vinales right in the thick of the battle as well in this league group. It's been a real
know how good Vinales can be. Morbidelli, fastest lap, 153.491. 4/10 faster than Marc Marquez.
Last night in the sprint, Morbidelli encountered a big drop-off on the front tyre, a lot bigger than what he was anticipating. How much has he already maybe taken out of those tyres as he makes this early burst here in Qatar?
The next fastest rider on track was Pecco Bagnaia, who we're running on board with in 6th place, who's now been towed along by Maverick Vinales, who is not being shaken off at the moment by this largely Ducati-heavy front group. But credit to Johan Zarco too, who's right up behind Bagnaia, having got past his fellow Frenchman Quartararo, who's now got Aldeguer for company.
Different class again, isn't he, Zarco? Aldeguer, that's a dive bomb on the inside of Quartararo. He picks up the 2020.
Furman Aldeguer up to 8th place. So Ayagura is up to 10th.
Confident he has podium pace, and he is now starting to work his way back into that lead group through on Quartararo in that tight left-hander, turn 6.
This is the kind of race that Fabio Quartararo feared when he spoke on the grid. Once again in that second sector, Marc Marquez losing 3 tenths.
Here comes Dejan Antonio to 3rd.
Takes Alex Marquez. So both Marquez brothers having tricky starts to this race, largely because of running into each other. It's now a VR46, 1 and 3.
VR40. Oh! Contact with Alex Marquez and Fabio Dejan Antonio. They're both off the track. They stay on their bikes, but I'm thinking that might have been major damage for the number 49. Alex Marquez back at 8th, Dejan Antonio to 18th. Oh, damn.
26 racing bikes inside the top 3 in front of the watching doctor Valentino Rossi on site here in Qatar. Just call the back end of that. We're going to try and see a replay to see exactly what happened. Was that Marquez trying immediately to take back that third?
That should be a penalty for Alex Marquez, in my opinion. Avoidable contact. Here's Bagnaia going to 3rd on Maverick Vinales. Oh, man, it's a squeeze. Bagnaia gets it.
And 1 place behind his teammate, Marc Marquez. It might all be coming up 63 now, as it did in Austin a couple of weeks ago. Pecco Bagnaia could not have dreamt of a better first few laps than this.
Let's see this again.
Into turn 12 we go.
Yeah, he just slammed into Dejan Antonio, who's down to 21st. Alex Marquez, 7th.
Alex Marquez puts his hand up. I think Fabio Di Antonio's airbag might have activated there as well. He got pushed all the way back to 21st place. We just saw him at the top of your picture, ahead of LCR Honda rookie Somkhat Chantra. But surely, unfortunately, in the cruelest of circumstances, Fabio Di Antonio's hopes of a second podium in 3 years here in Qatar have gone already.
Trying to look to see damage on Alex Marquez's Ducati. There surely must be some on Fabio Di Antonio's. Left wing has gone. Well, we said before this Grand Prix got underway that it was highly unlikely that Pecco Bagnaia was going to be able to win from 11th on the grid. I think we already have to revise that. He's sitting in 3rd place, up behind his teammate Marc Marquez, who we know is missing some aero on the tail of his Ducati. Bagnaia suddenly must be sniffing a real opportunity here.
Alex Marquez has stripped off some aero of his brother Mark, and he's also lost his own aero in that big, heavy contact with Fabio Di Antonio. On board then now, irresponsible riding, and that's no surprise. You knew Alex felt like he was guilty of over-aggression. He put his hand up straight away to Di Antonio. So this streak of second places surely coming to an end for the 73. Irresponsible riding. He's got a trip through the long lap penalty loop coming his way.
Balance of power about to shift here between the two factory Ducatis. Pecco Bagnaia breezes through on his teammate Marc Marquez up into 2nd place, and Pecco Bagnaia will not be able to believe his eyes.
Damn. Bagnaia actually managed to pass Marc Marquez. What kind of lunacy is this? But does he have the pace to track down Franco Morbidelli? That's the next question. Oh, you can see that bike off the ground.
Conserve some tyre life. He said himself, the last 5 or 6 laps are going to be pivotal in this Grand Prix of Qatar. Just running his own race, avoiding all the trouble, avoiding all the chaos. It's Frankie Morbidelli, who's 1.1 seconds clear as we go onto this lap 5 of 22. Pecco Bagnaia, fastest rider on circuit at 152.831. Alex Marquez will now be getting that message on his dashboard as he'll have to come through the long loop. That's on the outside of turn 6 as a quick reminder.
He's got 3 laps in which to serve that, so he might be hoping that the field spreads out a little bit to give him a nice gap to slot himself into. You've got to get Maverick Vinales so much credit here. Of course, we did see the KTMs begin to drop back in late yesterday when they ran that soft rear tyre. Of course, everyone is on the same medium combination tonight. And Maverick Vinales hanging with the 2 factory Ducatis.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw this scenario emerging. Pecco Bagnaia easing his way through on Marc Marquez.
This is from earlier. This is the first lap. No, this is not from earlier.
That was as clean as a whistle, wasn't it? That move on the inside of Alex Marquez.
Why are we watching that again?
Through turn 10, and then there was the massive contact. This is the replay. This was at the first corner of the Grand Prix. A real frantic start for the Marquez brothers. The big contact on the rear of Marc Marquez. And there is the damaged rear aero flapping around there as he gets the power down. Bagnaia once again, he's got great pace right now. Pecco Bagnaia, he's just about holding on. I was just going to say, I wonder if Marc Marquez are trying to respond there as he picked up the distant
Wait, is it No, it's Marc Marquez and Alex Marquez and Fermin Aldiger. All right, 5 laps in the books. Bagnaia fastest lap. His last lap was about a 10.5 faster than Morbidelli. Alex Marquez serving a long lap penalty. He'll come out in 4th and 12th.
All the dicing between the Ducatis going a little on the radar right now is a top ride by Top Gun. Maverick Vinales on the Tech 3 KTM in 4th place. Vinales desperately trying to go with the 2 factory Ducatis ahead of him. He's just responded with his own best lap of the Grand Prix so far, a 153.083. We've seen nothing like this from an RC16 so far in 2025.
P12 now for Alex Marquez, who is with one of the other KTMs, Brad Binder, who's now running 13, so he's got to come from around 4.5 seconds off the race lead now with a wounded Ducati. A long way back now for the rider who started this weekend leading the championship.
They're closing in on Morbidelli. Now down to 5/6 of a second. Here's Marc Marquez trying to make the move to the inside. Again, a Bagnaia. Oh, dear touch. And Marquez back to second. Will Bagnaia try the crossover in the next turn? No, he can't do it.
Such a tight line there for Bagnaia as Marquez with the slipstream slots himself back up in 2nd place. Fastest rider on circuit. Bagnaia there on the Tech 3 KTM in 4th place. This is what we've been waiting for, isn't it, in 2025? The first big showdown. 93 versus 63. Marquez versus Bagnaia. Their battles really did hold the headlines in Portimao and Jerez last year. Marquez though back in a second.
And they're both quickly catching Frankie Morbidelli now. Morbidelli dropped into the 53s last time round. 153.1. The gap down to 3/4 of a second, and it's come down further through the first sector. So the factory Ducati teammates busy watching each other. They are both towing themselves up to Frankie Morbidelli leading the race.
Of course, it was the KTM here 1 year ago in the hands of Pedro Acosta on that sensational MotoGP debut that set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Once again, to a lot of people's surprise, it's the KTM that's the fastest bike on circuit once again in the hands of Maverick Vinales. He's putting up a real strong fight for this podium at the moment. In fact, he's started to hunt down Bagnaia halfway around this lap 7 of 22. What a race we have on here. Still, thankfully, 15.5 laps of it remaining. still at the front by just under 0.7 of a second. Here is the Vinales. Is he going to be close to it? Maybe to attack Bagnaia on the brakes into turn 16. We look further back. Here comes number 12 on the inside.
All right, Vinales on Bagnaia back to the podium position. KTM looking for his first podium of the year. Well, actually, I don't think anyone besides Ducati has had podiums. So,
Second place is a couple laps ago. Now back in fourth.
He's not having that though. He wants to go straight back through. Although Vinales, who's been struggling early on and broken the braking on this KTM, nothing wrong with him there, was there? As he outbraked Bagnaia into turn number 1. So Bagnaia, a lap ago, was second, and he's now fourth with the rider between himself and Marc Marquez. Not the rider we would have been expecting.
There's a bit of smoke off Vinales' right boot there. He's certainly got smoking hot legs right now in this Grand Prix. Where has this come from? KTM have been in the doldrums throughout 2025 so far. Pedro Acosta last night pretty much alluded to the media that he's on the 2024 spec RC16. Now Vinales now all over the rear tyre. And Marc Marquez, surely he can't complete a hat-trick of MotoGP victories. Of course, at the moment, he's right in the game for yet another piece of incredible history. No rider ever in Grand Prix racing in the top class has won for 4 different manufacturers. He's done it for Suzuki, he's done it for Yamaha, he's done it for Aprilia, and now he's having a proper crack on a KTM here. This is stunning by him, Top Gun.
I mean, Maverick Vinales is one of the, I mean, his current history wouldn't suggest it, but he is one of the best drivers on the field, was a championship contender in one of his first seasons when he drove as a teammate to Valentino Rossi. Won for the first 5 races of 2017. Finished third twice in 2017 to 2019. Fourth in 2016 and 2018.
At the moment, though, Maverick Vinales overriding the problems. No problem at the moment for the number 12. On board then with Marquez out of the third gear, turn 16.
All right. We completed 8 laps. Look at Maverick. No. But the top 3, they're closing. No, second and third, they are closing in on Franco Morbidelli.
Zarco is still trying to keep himself in this podium battle on the LCR Honda. He is 5th, 6 tenths, just a little bit more than 6 tenths behind Bagnaia.
And they're all continuing to chip away at Frankie Morbidelli's lead. You can now see the lead visually from the aerial shot. It's 0.3 of a second. Yellow flags have come out in the first sector.
So who hit? Who crashed?
Still just in touch with this group in 4th place. Vinales having a look at Jack Miller, who has gone down.
The 43 of Jack Miller on the Prima Pramac Yamaha crashes out of the Qatar Grand Prix.
We've seen Jack lose 3 kilos this week, and unfortunately, that's the 3rd crash of the weekend for the Australians. An excellent 5th place last time out in Kota. Vinales looks like he's building up here for an attack on Marc Marquez. He's not been close enough as they go through turn 10. Now this is where you do get Wilson City coming through this long radius. A left-hander, all 5th gear through here. You'll be able to manage the rear grip towards the latter stages of this Grand Prix. Feels like we're building towards the best race of the season. It feels like we've already had the best Grand Prix of the season so far. Jack Miller is attempting to rejoin on the damaged Pramac Yamaha. Morbidelli then, it is, that still leads. He's been at the front of this Qatar Grand Prix since the exit of turn 1 when there was a big contact between Alex and Marc. Marc now then visibly closing in that braking zone for the final corner. Hard on the front end on that factory Gatti into the 3rd gear.
Does Vinales have the run? Oh, he's so close. He pulls to the inside. Who's going to outbreak the other? They are side by side. They go into turn number 1. Vinales, can he hold the line on the inside? He sweeps in front. Will Marquez get the crossover? No! Maverick Vinales to 2nd place over Marc Marquez. We've completed 9 laps, and Morbidelli is within striking distance.
He is firmly in contention to become the first rider ever to win for 4 different manufacturers. What an accolade this could be.
It's difficult to understate just how much of a mess Maverick Vinales was in pre-season testing, adapting to that KTM. I mean, jumped off the Aprilia last season. A very different bike to ride than anything else on this grid, and it looked like it in pre-season. Vinales said throughout
Qatar as it's turning into a night to forget. KTM's last dry race victory was Miguel Oliveira at Catalunya in 2021. They're winless in nearly 3 years.
Yeah, so we're talking about Tech 3, not the manufacturer itself, I think.
Tech 3 team were victorious in the MotoGP World Championship. Oliveira and his home Grand Prix in Portimao. Vinales, this is just incredible.
Maverick Vinales to the, oh man, Morbidelli throws the block.
Now surely it is just a matter of time before he hits the front. He might go for it now. Into 16 we go. Morbidelli's just a little bit too good, a little bit too precise on the plates of that Ducati GP24, but now it's going to be Ducati.
Morbidelli's been a great number 2 for a lot of his career. Ooh, here comes Vinales down the front stretch. Marc Marquez has a run too. Maverick Vinales takes the lead. Marquez to second. Vinales takes the lead. Top 4. You throw them under a blanket. Here comes Bagnaia to third. Ooh, but Morbidelli crosses over to hold on to third. Ugh.
Well, we said pre-race, welcome to the greatest show on earth. Well, this is the reason why.
Miller's on pit road. His bike's probably done.
Vinales and it is that leads. Marc Marquez in second place. Coming back in the podium contention here is Zarco. Don't rule him out on that LCR Honda machine. He's had a real strong ride. Further back with
Bagnaia tries to cross over. And we get the position again. Morbidelli tries to cross over again. They're side by side. Morbidelli has the inside. He'll hold on. But Bagnaia will have the next inside. And Bagnaia takes back the lead. Morbidelli will try to go back to the inside. Oh, he crosses him over again. And this is battle is bringing Johan Zarco into the mix. Oh! 10 laps are in the books. Alex Marquez is back up to 8th place after his long lap penalty. Marquez got to run down the front straightaway, but he doesn't have the distance.
Leading this Qatar Grand Prix. He's under enormous pressure here from Marc Marquez. How much have some of these riders been tyre saving for the crucial late laps here in Doha? There is Furman Aldeguer once again rocketing towards the top 5, just as he did a couple of weeks ago in Qatar. I was just about to say, not on the last lap, but the previous lap. And Bastianini was actually the tyre whisper.
Bastianini is currently 14th, just inside the points.
Tech 3 teammate. Here's his way down in that 14th place because he's picked his way through on Ayagura.
Love to get a camera on Tom Sorrell right now. He must be watching this very soon. The caps in his fingers. Even he must not be able to believe what he's watching. But we are seeing the talent, which no one has ever doubted, of Maverick Vinales shining through here. He is doing an extraordinary.
Zarco chose to the inside of Franco Morbidelli. This is for the 4th position. It's about the best this Honda has been in several years, even with Marc Marquez behind the wheel. And Zarco to 4th.
I could do better, says Johan Zarco. Absolutely brilliant move that by Zarco, wasn't it? Back at the front there, it is still Vinales that leads. Is there a very big surprise, belated birthday present coming for Hervé Poncharal? It was his 68th birthday here in the paddock on Thursday. Looking on, somewhat pensive as always. Of course, Maverick Vinales was our last non-Ducati Grand Prix winner a year ago in Austin, Texas, and you would have got massive long goals on him being the next non-Ducati winner in MotoGP. But that is still very much game on as we start.
Wow.
30 to 22, and it's still Vinales that leads.
Personal best for Pecco Bagnaia, having got clear of Frankie Morbidelli. Pecco Bagnaia is there in this race yet, having cleared his very good friend on the VR46 Ducati, Frankie Morbidelli. Bagnaia's best chance, I think, is for Vinales to hold Marc Marquez back for as long as he can. He
out a good picture, there's a real big fight going further down the field. It's Alex Marquez in the front of this big train. Quartararo, Marini, Binder, Bezzecchi, Bastianini.
10 to go, by the way. Vinales still leads.
Confirmation from pit lane from Jack Vendrame, and that's Pitti. Of course, he missed this one yesterday with gastroenteritis. Of course, he also was hit from behind by Fabio Antonio early on. Here is that big battle as Alex Marquez tries to salvage some useful World Championship points. He's up against Pedro Acosta. This is all for 7th place.
He's doing a top job actually here, Alex Marquez, because he's lost so much aero after the 2 hits with Mark and Fabio Antonio. So that bike will be a real handful around this 5.3 kilometre Losail international circuit. They've got that aero, they've got an abundance of aero for a very good reason. It gives you downforce, it helps you in the braking zone. So the fact that Alex Marquez is still able to keep the likes of Costa, Quartararo, Binder, Marini behind him, you have to doff your cap to the rider who is second in the World Championship right now.
Just to underline what a great job Vinales is doing here, which is a masterpiece of understatement. The next king
9 to go.
in the race is Pedro Acosta, who now runs 8th. He is the best part of 6 seconds that was line. In fact, he's now 7 seconds off the race lead. Maverick Vinales is putting that king.
Ooh, look at Brad Binder trying to go to the inside of Fabio Quartararo, but can't get there.
All season so far.
Vinales, Marquez, Bagnaia, all keeping.
We're going to Jorge Martin, defending champ in his first main event of the season because of his injury, lagging behind in 17th behind Raul Fernandez in the trackhouse plate.
Rear guard action here. His pain threshold is being tested to his absolute max right now. Martin is currently in 17th place. He was picked up on that last lap by fellow Prix rider Raul Fernandez. You have to say though, top job by Martin. 13 laps in, he's 13 seconds off the pace. He's only losing a second a lap. This is a guy who has been to hell and back with big pre-season injuries. He's got no race experience.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
So just to see the checker flag will feel like
Looks like it was some Kiat Chandra.
Flags are out in sector 2, and we've now got a double DNF for the Pramac Yamaha.
Ooh, Augusto Fernandez is out. That was the bike that crashed. Okay.
Augusto Fernandez, the Yamaha test rider, walking away from the scene of that accident. Back at the front. This is going to be the mother of all shocks, isn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, nobody could have predicted in their wildest dreams, not a crystal ball, that Maverick Vinales was going to be leading this Qatar Grand Prix. Having seen Ducati run right from it's Martin. Oh, this is not a sight we want to see at all. Jorge Martin then. It's a painful return to Grand Prix action for the world champion. This is a real tough watch. This is a tough watch.
Oh, my God.
Coming out of turn 12, that will be a fast old crash through there. Jorge Martin just around 100
Wait.
miles an hour.
No!
His knee.
Martin wrecked.
Martin has done no further damage there.
Damn. I didn't realize. I was for a moment, I thought that looked like Aprilia, a factory Aprilia. No. Damn. This is what I get for checking my notifications.
He would have had one mission here tonight, and that was to see the checker flag, grit his teeth, and bring it home. Unfortunately, that has not been mission accomplished for Martin. Back at the front. 7.5 laps to go as Vinales is out wide. Out wide on that KTM RC16. Chops back across to those of Marc Marquez. It's really fascinating to understand what kind of issues Marc was contending with, having had that damaged rear aero after the first corner contact with Alex early on. On that last lap, Marc Marquez was he's justified in his first fastest lap of the race. He said last night, this will all be about who's been able to keep the grip, who's going to nurse those Michelin tyres for a late attack here. Well, are we seeing? That is just not a sign we want to see at all, is it? Jorge Martin undergoing treatment as well trackside.
Hopefully Jorge Martin is okay in that. We don't want to see he had such an injury ravaged start to his World Championship defence for any further injury. Physically already he must have been absolutely spent. We wish Martin all the very best. There's some DR46 Ducati debris in the middle of the race trying to head out to the final corner. 2 turns actually. He spotted that a couple of laps ago. There will be 7 to go now as they cross the line. Vinales and Marc Marquez still nothing to choose between at that time.
right, 7 to go.
Still locked around about a second off the race lead. Is he on his limit just to match these two, or is he saving something?
You just wonder whether fatigue and tiredness was a contributing factor to the mistake from Martin that sent him careering down the road. Nothing really now is there between Vinales and Marquez, who's going to blink first here in the Doha Desert. Just about 9/10 of a second back is Pecco Bagnaia. Is that already a gap too far for him to bridge? Just a lonely fourth right now. For Joan Zarco, Vinales has had his troubles.
No.
Back KTM with those tight left-handed.
Vinales loses the lead to Marc Marquez. Damn it.
Well, we said who would blink first, and what within 2 or 3 corners, it was Vinales.
Marquez takes the lead with 7 to go.
Does he now try and pull the pin? Does he have some extra speed in reserve? He had just set a personal best a lap and a half ago, which was matched by Vinales off the road. Pecco Bagnaia is closing in on this current lap. Lap 16 of 22. Look how much closer he is to the top 2. But Marc Marquez will be hoping to just get his head down and pull away with this.
Yeah, you can see Marquez, he was getting wheel spin on that factory Ducati as he grabbed a handful of throttle going through turn 11. Has he just been stage managing this to absolute perfection? Has he just been perfectly content to sit on the rear tyre, Maverick Vinales, keep some life, keep some grit in those Michelin tyres for a late onslaught? Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? Because
It's not done yet.
no, Maverick Vinales, I mean, unless he really fluffs his lines, this is going to be a first KTM podium here for Vinales, because he's under no real great threat right now from Bagnaia in 3rd place. Over the line we go. Yet the 2 factory Ducatis once again can keep themselves in those high 52s, with the mistake, of course, which would have impacted his lap time at turn 6. Vinales was almost back in the mid-53s. So has Vinales' push at the front of this Grand Prix, for so much of it, just seen him barbecue that rear tyre?
Different question now being asked of Maverick Vinales, from defending that lead for so long. He's got to go on the attack once again. He's also got to be mindful of Pecco Bagnaia in 3rd place, ready to pounce in these closing laps. Vinales looked like he was really fighting to make that KTM turn into turns 4 and 5. This is 6 now, where he's had problems in the last 2 laps, and this was the problem which ultimately cost him the race lead.
Yeah. A couple laps before this, we saw him run wide. He had a good look to his left there because he knew he was going to make sure he gave plenty of room for Marc Marquez. He didn't want to cut back on the racing line and potentially instigate a collision between the pair of them. There's your top 3 then in the same camera shot from the helicopter that's following Marc, Vinales and Bagnaia around this Qatar course. Through turn 10 we go. Let's just see the wheel spin. Who's managing that rear grip the better? Smoke almost pouring off the rear tyre of Vinales' KTM. A little bit further back there, you can just see Morbidelli continuing to harass Zarco for that 4th place. Feels like a long time ago now, doesn't it, since Morbidelli was our early leader here in Qatar. He's dropped right out of contention, and Fermin Aldeguer having charged towards that top 6. He's made no great inroads into threatening Morbidelli and Zarco as it stands right now. He's still got plenty of time, of course.
Desperately working on bringing some more superlatives here from Maverick Vinales, because he is just about staying with Marc Marquez. Of course, so much talk is technical about aerodynamics, about engines, about the manufacturer war in MotoGP, but sometimes there's just no substitute for raw talent, and that is what we are seeing from Maverick Vinales tonight. The next KTM, 9th place from Pedro Acosta, 11th place from Brad Binder, who I now matched on screen here, taking 10th from Marco Bezzecchi. Maverick Vinales is outriding that motorcycle tonight.
Well, it's the night race, so I guess Batman, of course, was always going to be strong here in Qatar. He's only had 1 podium since we saw Batman for the first time.
All right, 5 to go.
Towards his victory in Qatar. Further back down the field. This is a pretty strong mid-pack battle. Marco Bezzecchi there on the factory Aprilia, the lone surviving factory Aprilia. He's in 10th place. Brad Binder 11th. Marini 12th. Aigura in 13th place. Bastianini in 14th, although that is now 13th because that's the beast going through. Once again on the 79. Alex Rins at the moment on course for the final point scoring position in this Grand Prix.
Aigura in 15th.
16th. Well, a case of what might have been for Fabio Di Giannantonio. He's in 17th place at the moment, but on that last lap, He set his best lap of the Grand Prix, and we know that he's minus a lot of vital aero as well.
Could still salvage the stay there. Zagora goes wide for Japan Antonio. Might still salvage a world championship point in the last stage of this. The rate he's catching, Jorge Martin has been taken to the medical centre. We hope that is just for a precautionary check.
Oh, well, Martin taken to the medical center just because of his injury. Not that you don't want that to be aggravated.
A bit of a tough watch, wasn't it, to see the world champion sliding down the circuit after all of the injury hell he's been through over the last 2 or 3 months or so. Let's just hope he's going to be okay. Now that Marc Marquez, we did suspect maybe he had been doing a bit of tyre saving for a late attack, right on cue. 4 laps to go here in Qatar, and Marc Marquez has just fired in the fastest lap of this Grand Prix so far, a 1:52.662. Basically saying to Vinales and Bagnaia, well, what have you got?
Well, Maverick Vinales has still got plenty. He did a 1:52.8 last time around, which is only a couple of tenths slower than Marc Marquez. Bagnaia was the one who kind of fell back a little bit on that last lap. He did a 53.3, sub 6:10, 6.5 slower than Marc Marquez. Bagnaia now a second and a half off the lead and losing touch with Maverick Vinales. So Bagnaia's grip on a potentially even second place is now starting to loosen a little bit. But Marc Marquez is certainly tightening his grip on another potential 3rd win of the season.
Yeah, well, we won't just count out chickens just yet.
4 to go.
Of course, fresh in our minds, and I'm sure fresh in the mind of Mark as well, as the fact that he was nearly 2.5 seconds clear in Qatar a couple of weeks ago when he crashed out of the lead. But as a contest here in Qatar, this one looks over, doesn't it? As Marquez, just out of nowhere, is going to be a second clear of Vinales. Pecco Bagnaia, at one stage we thought he was going to be in the victory hunt. I guess if you said to Bagnaia, pre-Grand Prix here tonight, 11th to 3rd, he would have taken that.
But still,
he's going to lose more crucial ground in the World Championship. In fact, as it stands right now, another 9-point gain for Marc over Bagnaia would see the 93 head to round 5, our first European stopover in Jerez in 2 weeks up. 30 points clear. He'll be on his teammate.
Full big advantage too out of Alex Marquez, who's just scored 9 points. It stands for 7th, and not the fastest lap of the race of Marc Marquez. Consecutive fastest laps, a 52.6 followed by a 52.5. The lead is over a second, and Marc Marquez has just left anyone who was in any doubt as to who the man was tonight in Qatar. There is no doubt any longer.
Well, it was in Burra, wasn't it, on his factory Ducati debut, where Alex Marquez and Pecco Bagnaia both said Marc was playing with us. You get to the feeling that history is repeating itself a little bit here.
Rossi watching. His bike's running 4th and 16th. Well, at least they led the race at one point. That's what I can. That's the benefit I can say. All right, Marquez has got over a second gap.
Nothing that the Italian can do in response. What about this battle? Pretty good battle as well, isn't it? This has been raging war. Zarco almost washed the front out there on that LCR Honda. Gimli going through 6. Morbidelli then on course for 4th place. In fact, Zarco over the line was 4th.
He's taken that one back again.
Must have been a mistake, maybe something like Zarco.
Coming down the gate, still staring at this battle between 2 very experienced MotoGP campaigners up ahead of him. John Zarco's closing in on 150 MotoGP starts. Frankie Morbidelli celebrating his 126th this weekend. Following out the gate, just in his 4th. And 4th place is his reward if he can make his way through the pack ahead of him.
Further back, Alex Marquez, after running off circuit with a big contact with Gian Antonio, and then the subsequent long lap penalty he had to serve as rescuing a pretty important 7th place at the moment. There is Alex on the 73 bike, bereft of a lot of his aero. It's certainly a lighter motorcycle when he's tied this Grand Prix with. Quartararo in 8th place. It looks like a rather lonely 8th right now for Quartararo. Once again, Marquez, you just cannot get out of the 52s right now. 10.5 faster on that last lap.
2 to go. I mean, as soon as Mark took back the lead, the race is all but over. Why does he have to be so good? I think he's going for a 65th win in MotoGP.
KTM and Vinales certainly made Ducati work hard and sweat for what now looks like being a 21st successive MotoGP victory for Ducati, which means next time out in Jerez, that they can equal the all-time record winning streak set by Honda of 22 all the way back in 1997 and 1998. This is potentially Ducati's 37th successive victory across sprints and Grand Prix. They've not been defeated now.
It's obnoxious to a degree. 3 teams use Ducatis. Every other team has 2. Every other manufacturer has 2. You think you can give someone else a shot? All right. White flag, I think, is out. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I don't know the tracks that well. Okay, now I think we're at it. White flag is out. Last lap at LaSalle.
Way above himself this evening here at Qatar, but normal order finally has been restored. Maverick Vinales just could not hang on. That crucial error into turn 6 let Marc Marquez through, and the 93 didn't look back.
Too good, too strong, simple as that really, as far as the 93 is concerned. Alex Marquez talked to the media here in Qatar a couple of days ago and said right now the big advantage that Marc has over the field is his ability to manage the rear grip over the full race distances in challenging conditions. And he just is able to push on late on. When everybody else is suffering from fading grip, Marc can just step it up a notch. He can just step it up a gear. Fair play to the likes of Morbidelli.
Morbidelli trying to hold on to 4th place. Reminder, points go to down to 15th.
With a stunning podium. It's going to be a belated 68th birthday present for Hervé Poncharal. I think Fabian Allinger has just probably locked down now for a 6th place. No sense in throwing away a double top 6 here. He just hasn't quite got the late race pace to get on par with Morbidelli and Zarco.
Because he's continuing to lose pace and he's reversing back towards this battle that we're watching for 4th, 5th and 6th. Bagnaia is going to have to settle then for 3rd place from 11th on the grid. It's going to be 2nd for Maverick Vinales tonight, but in the end Marc Marquez has been too strong. He's 1 corner away from yet another victory.
Yeah, and he's going to once again assume complete and utter control of the MotoGP World Championship in 2025.
Here comes Marc Marquez to win the Qatar Airways Qatar Grand Prix. Maverick Vinales gets 2nd. 3rd is Francesco Bagnaia. 4th, Franco Morbidelli. 5th, Johan Zarco. 6th, Fermin Aldiger. 7th, Alex Marquez. 8th, Fabio Quartararo. 9th, Pedro Acosta. 10th, Marco Bezzecchi. 11th, Luca Marini. 12th, Enea Bastianini. 13th, Alex Rins. 14th, Brad Binder. And Ayagura in 15th gets the final point. That's it for today's coverage of the Qatar Airways Grand Prix. See you in an hour and 15 for Bristol. BowserJrXD signing off again. Have a good one.